Good morning, dear students. We're going to begin with lesson number 6 from our history portion, that is entertainment and history. Now, obviously, the name itself tells you that we're going to find out what is entertainment. We all need entertainment in our lives, yes or no? Because it helps to calm our minds, it helps to relax us from our daily troubles, whatever tensions that we have, all right, and also how it is closely connected to history. So let's begin. I hope all of you will have your textbooks open to page number 39. All right. Things that help to refresh our minds and give us a feeling of happiness are the sources of entertainment. Various hobbies, games, drama, film, reading, writing, etc. are all sources of entertainment. Do you really think we need entertainment in our lives? Yes, we do. Healthy entertainment of excellent quality is essential for the healthy growth of one's personality. Entertainment keeps our mind lively and fresh. It may also make us feel physically and more energetic. So, eventually, our efficiency at work also improves. I'm sure all of you all have heard of this saying, all right? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, all right? So, we need to have a lot of entertainment in our lives so that it balances the kind of stress that one faces in their daily lives, all right? But you should have really good quality of entertainment in our lives, all right? Only then will getting back to work be even more worthwhile. Pursuing hobbies and games helps in personality development. In India, many festivals, sports, dance, music, etc., were developed as forms of entertainment since ancient times. So, from the ancient period as well, we see that people from India came up with various different sources of entertainment in order to make their minds at peace. Alright, so we developed festivals, sports, dance, music, and all these are various forms of entertainment. There are varied forms of entertainment available in the modern period as well. Entertainment can be classified into two categories, active and passive. So, there are two categories or two types of entertainment. You have active and you have passive. Active entertainment anticipates an individual's mental physical participation. Anticipates, expects. It needs a person to actively participate in that particular activity. Alright, so practicing of handicrafts and participating in sports activities are examples of active entertainment where you need a person to participate in that particular activity. Then we come to passive, that is watching a sports match or listening to music and watching a movie are examples of passive entertainment. In this type of entertainment, we are not actual participants but only viewers. So, we are not participating in any activity, we are just viewing it. So, watching a match or watching a movie, listening to music, all these are ways of passive entertainment. Alright, now we come to folk theatre. Folk, of course, is people. So, what did the people come up with in order to entertain themselves? We come to the first type, that is puppetry. Okay, we make puppets out of wood and it's also known as Katputli. Remains of clay dolls have been found in the excavations of archaeological sites of Harappan civilization as well as sites in Egypt and Greece. It is possible that they were used as puppets. So these dolls or figures that were found, okay, made out of clay, were found at various different archaeological sites, and it is assumed that these people might have used them as puppets in order to entertain themselves. In ancient India, materials like wood, wool, leather, horns, and ivory were used to make puppets. I want all of you all to underline that. What are the various things that were used in order, material used to make these puppets? The Kathputli, a traditional art of puppetry in India, has two styles. One that was developed in Rajasthan and the other in southern regions of India. So there were two kinds of puppetry that developed in India. One that was developed in the north, that is in Rajasthan, and the other in the southern regions of India. The artists who stage Kathputli shows are found in Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Assam, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, and Kerala. Please underline all these places. Now, while these shows are on, the role of a narrator who explains what is happening with the puppets, okay, they are trying to portray a story or a play, all right. So you have a narrator known as the Sutradhara. In is a very crucial, role that is played, and it helps in the success of the Kathputli stage show. The stage for this puppetry show is quite small, but the puppeteers use light and sound effects in an ingenious way. I'm sure all of you all have seen a puppet show, alright, where you have a very small stage. We used to have it in school as well, alright, where you have a very small stage, but how the puppeteer uses that stage so well with sound, with light. You'll have like little curtains in the side, alright, so they try and make it as creative as possible. Shadow puppets, hand puppets, wooden puppets, and string puppets are used in Kathputli shows. Please underline that as well. This can come as an objective type question where you have to fill in the web, okay, types of puppets used in Kathputli shows. So you can mention all of these. Now, there's a small little video here for you to see. Please pay attention. Alright, now we come to the next kind, that is Dashavatara theatre. Okay, now Avatar means the kind of outfit that you're wearing, alright, or the character that you're in, and Dash means 10, alright. Now, Dashavatara is part of the folk theatre in Maharashtra. Dashavatara shows are presented in the regions of Konkan and Goa after the harvesting season is over. The stories presented in these shows are based on the 10 incarnations of Vishnu. What do you mean by incarnation? Incarnation is nothing but the rebirth of. Alright? So, namely Matsya, Korma, Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana, Parashurama, Ram, Krishna, Buddha, and Kalki. So, these are the 10 various characters that this person who is playing Vishnu has to enact on stage. At the beginning of the show, the Sutradhara, as we know, is the narrator, invokes Lord Krishna, the destroyer of obstacles. Now we know that before any show begins, okay, you always have to invoke the blessings of God, and they pray to Lord Krishna, who is also known as the destroyer of obstacles, so that the show might move on smoothly. The method of acting, makeup, costumes in Dashavatara shows is set up or set by the tradition. The show is mostly musical, but sometimes there may be a few spontaneous dialogues. What do you mean by spontaneous? Something that happens on the spot. Although most of the play is musical, there is only music playing and then you have to enact it out. But there are sometimes you get a lot of spontaneous dialogues also that are said. The characters representing gods use wooden masks. The show ends by breaking dahi handi. You already know what dahi handi is. An earthen pot of curds, followed by arti, that is singing praises to God. So that, for the fact that everything went off so smoothly. In the 18th century, Shyamji Nayak Kale started a FUD. Now, what is that? It is a group of performers. Alright, is also known as a troupe of Dashavatara artists, which used to perform all over Maharashtra. So he had, created this small little group of people who would perform this um, Dashavatara show in various parts of Maharashtra. Vishnudas Bhave, the pioneer of Marathi theatre, staged mythological plays by introducing some modifications in the Dashavatara style. Thus, the origins of the Marathi theatre can be traced to the Dashavatara tradition. So we see that because of these shows, Marathi theatre, okay, came into existence. We see a lot of significance or a lot of similarities that Marathi theatre has drawn out from these shows. Okay, we come to the next type of entertainment, that is bhajans. Now you'll already know what bhajans are. It is nothing but singing of devotional songs. Now, to sing songs in praise of God and chanting God's name, accompanied by instruments like tal, which is cymbals, mridangam, okay, and you also have pakvaj, is known as a bhajan. Okay, there are two types of bhajans, that is chakri bhajan and you have songi bhajan. Chakri is in the shape of a round circle. So, what is chakri bhajan? Devotees, they keep moving in a circular fashion and sing without break, whereas the songi bhajan, the singer actors act as devotees and deliver dialogues in the form of traditional songs. So there is more of speaking and then there is songs that are sung. Tukroji Maharaj introduced a new form of bhajan known as Khanjiri bhajan. In North India, the bhajans composed by Saint Tulsidas, the great poet Surdas, Saint Mirabai, and Saint Kabir are very popular. So please underline all those various people. The various bhajans that they have come up with have become very, very popular. Compositions of Purandar Das, Kanak Das, Vijay Das, please underline all these names, Bohendra Guru Swami, Tyagaraj are sung in Karnataka. In Gujarat, Saint Narasi Mehta gave momentum to the Bhakti movement. Momentum meaning to give boost to the Bhakti movement. Who's a Bhakt? A person who is a follower of. In Maharashtra, Saint Namdeva supported the tradition of the bhajan kirtan through the tradition of Varkari sect. Now you always see that these Varkaris, they take out a palki, yes or no? So the fact that they use bhajan and kirtan together was started by Saint Namadeva. The Varkari sect developed a glorious tradition of bhajan kirtan. Now there is a small um, yellow box given to you on page number 41. You would like to know this. Now there are two main traditions of kirtan. Okay, one is the Naradiya or the Haridas and second is the Varkari. Haridas kirtan is a solo performance, one person. It has two parts, Purvarang and Uttarang. Naman, that is praising God. Panacha, Abhang, that is singing a composition that leads to the main theme, and Nirupan, that is explanation of the main theme, comprise the Purvarang. Narration of a story to illustrate the main theme comprises the Uttarang. In the Varkari Kirtan, collective participation is more important, where you have a lot of people that come together and sing praises. The players of cymbals also play an important part along with the Kirtankar. During the independence movement, a new type of kirtan was developed, known as Rashtriya Kirtan, something that is towards the nation. It places more importance on creating awareness by narrating the life stories of great leaders of the Indian independence movement, scientists, social reformers, etc. The tradition of Rashtriya Kirtan was started by Dhandopant Patwardhan of Y in Maharashtra. Members of the Satyashodak Samaj, founded by Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, also used kirtans as a medium of creating social awareness. They realized that if they use this type of method, they can, get to the people and make them aware of certain social situations that they are facing, and also to change their thinking. The style of kirtan by Sant Gadge Maharaj resembled closely to the Satyashodak style of kirtan. He used to throw light on issues like abolition of caste, cleanliness, and de addiction, etc. So, Kirtan was not only used as a way of praising God, but in the end also came about to bringing about awareness amongst the people at that time. We come to the next form of entertainment, that is the Kirtan. Traditionally, Narad Muni is supposed to be the founder of the Kirtana tradition. Sant Namdev is known as the first Kirtankar of Maharashtra. I want all of you all to please underline that, very important. Other saints helped the tradition to flourish. The Kirtankar is also known as Haridas or Kate Kari Bhuva. He had to dress in a traditional way. He needs to train himself in oratory. Oratory means to speak well, singing, musical instruments, dance, and humor. So, not only do the Kirtankars need to know how to sing, but at the same time need to be multi talented, where they speak dialogues or certain verses, holy verses to the people. They should know how to play an instrument, know how to dance, and also to create humor, at the same time conveying some message to the people. He needs to be well informed. Kirtan is performed in a temple or in the precincts of a temple, precincts within the area of a temple itself. Lalit. Lalit is an old form of entertainment in Maharashtra. It belongs to the tradition of the Naradiya Kirtan, and it is quite popular in Goa and Konkan. During the performance of on the occasion of a religious festival, it is presumed that the presiding deity of the festival is present on the throne, and then she is invoked for fulfillment of a desire. So this is usually done in villages, where you see that people would, each village would have a different god, deity, god, all right, where they would worship and give praise to during that particular occasion or festival. And at that time, when they perform this lalit, they believe that that particular god is present amongst them. And so during the performance, they also ask for various things that they want to receive from this god. The invocation continues as follows. This is what they pray: let everybody be granted their desire. Let the entire village live in happiness till we perform next Lalit. Let the internal clashes vanish with this performance of Lalit. Let nobody's mind be spoiled with prejudice. Prejudice is to have a particular way of thinking. Let all transactions happen with clear minds. Let the community's behavior be pious. Pious meaning to be holy, to be sacred. Everyone should think, uh, you know, good for the other rather than having evil thoughts. The Lalit is performed in a theatrical style. Theatrical meaning with little drama, with little music, lights, maybe costumes. Stories of Krishna and Rama and great devotees are presented during the performance. A few texts of Lalit are available in Hindi as well. Lalit forms a part of the backdrop of modern Marathi theatre. So here too, the Marathi theatre gets its, draws few of its features for the Marathi theatre. Next, we come to Bharud. Now, this can be described as a metaphorical song that has spiritual and ethical lessons. Not only do they speak and praise God, but at the same time, it is also educating the people. Bharud is comparable to the style of a road show. Road show means they would have people who perform this Bharud at on the roadside, and then people would gather around to see what exactly is happening, along with what they are getting to learn from it. These Bharuds composed by Sant Eknath, please underline, are popular in Maharashtra because of its wide range of subjects, dramatic quality, easy rhythm, and humor. Sant Eknath composed Bharuds with a purpose of educating people on various aspects of life. So, not only were they songs of praise to God, but at the same time, Sant Eknath would try and educate people on the social issues. What are the social evils that existed in the society and how they could change their ways. Next, we come to tamasha. Tamasha is a Persian word. It means a pleasing sight. Tamasha developed as an independent art form in the 18th century by absorbing various traits of folk theatre and classical arts. Folk theatre, like what we have seen with the Dashavatara, puppetry, and all of those, and classical arts. You know that classical arts need to be learned, you need to have rules and regulations that you need to follow. There are two types of traditional tamasha, Sangeet Bari and Dholakicha Fad. Now, dance and music are more important than drama in a Sangeet Bari. Now, the name Sangeet itself tells you that there is music, so that is given more important. Tamasha with drama as the main part was developed later. It included Vug, the dramatic part. So, in the beginning, it was only based or surrounded with music and having dance, but later on, they added drama along with it. The Vug became very lively and entertaining because of its spontaneous humor. Spontaneous humor on the spot, they would create humor for the people, and that's how it created or got a lot of popularity. The show begins by singing the praise of Lord Ganesha, known as Gana. So, like in the Dashavatara, also, they start with praising Lord Ganesha, who is the destroyer of obstacles, so that show could move on smoothly. It is followed with the presentation of Gavlan. The second part of Tamasha presents the Vag. The popular plays like Vichha Maji Puri Kara or Gadavache Lagna are examples of the modern form of tamasha. So here we see that with the music, with the dance, they would also have drama added to it. Povada. Now all of you are quite aware of what Povada is. It is nothing but a dramatic narration by alternating reciting poetry and prosaic extracts. So you would have poetry and you would have some sort of prose that was said, narration. Povada narrates great deeds of heroic men and women in a very forceful and inspiring style. The Povada composed by Adnan Das, a contemporary poet of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, narrating the incidents of the killing of Afzal Khan and another one of the Battle of Simaghar, composed by Tulsidas, are two well known examples of Povada. I think one year when we had Marathi Divas, we had these Povadas done and performed by our students, which was so beautifully done. Okay, so it is talking about great deeds done by some heroic figures, all right, in the past, and how these incidents are being narrated either by poetry or by prose. In the British period, Povadas narrating the story of Umaji Nayak, Chapekar brothers, Mahatma Gandhi were composed. During the Samyukta Maharashtra movement, the Povadas were used as a medium of creating public awareness. So you see that they are dressed in a particular way, and they talk about all the heroic deeds done by men and women in the past, all right, and during the British period, talking about the stories of great leaders and how it was also used as a medium of creating public awareness among the people. All right, so we come to the end of part 1. I want all of you all to read through the lesson once more. All right, and when we get back to part 2, we have a whole new set of sources of entertainment. With that, I hope all of you all have understood. Thank you, class, and have a wonderful day. God bless all of you all.